weight is already hard enough without the added pressure from yourself. It's already hard. It's in every aspect. It's already hard. So stressing yourself out and putting yourself through unrealistic things like everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janee if you are new, and welcome to a new video. I make content centered around my weight loss journey, beauty, and lifestyle, and I hope you subscribe. So today's video is gonna be the start of month 2 on my weight loss journey, and I'm gonna wrap up the entire month of January, let you guys know how I did for the month of January as far as my weight loss and my measurements and progress pictures and all of that good stuff. So if you're interested to see how much weight I lost for the month of January and how I got there, then just keep on watching. The month of January was a foundation month for me. I was trying to figure out what would work with my body this time around. This is like my third weight loss journey. And so I really wanted to see what would work for my body, for my mental health, for my lifestyle this time around that would help me not only lose over 100 pounds, but be successful and keep it off as well. If you haven't already, you need to watch my week 1 through 4 weigh-ins. I'll link them all in the description box below. But in every single week of January and continuing on, I gave you how much weight I lost for that week, but I also dug deep and explained to y'all what was going on with me that week as far as my hydration, my nutrition, my fitness, and my mental health that got me to where I was at for that week. All of that together is wrapped up into my monthly weigh-ins and measurements. So I'm not gonna get too specific in this video on what I did because you can find all of that out in every single weekly update. So let's just jump right into it. How much weight did I lose for the month of January? So I have my phone and my little weigh-in book. So I'm gonna pull up my app, and the app comes with my scale, which I've talked about before, and I'll link it in the description box as well. It's a free app, and it just came with the scale that I got off of Amazon for like under $25 or something like that. So as you guys know, my highest weight was 287.2 pounds, which was back in September of 2020. And on January 1st, I weighed in at 265.4 pounds. My BMI was at 43.7 and my body fat percentage was at 56.9%. And today, February 1st, I weighed in at 258.2 pounds. My BMI was at 42.5 and my body fat percentage was at 55.1%. So that is a total weight loss for the month of January of 7.2 pounds. So I think that was good for the month of January, 7.2 pounds. It definitely was a foundation month, a lot of ups and downs and figuring out what would be the most sustainable for me, but I was still able to lose a good amount of weight. And I got into the 250s, which I'm so happy to get back into the 250s. So, you know, I'm always gonna keep it real and keep it honest with you guys how I'm feeling with this weight loss journey. And to be honest, when I got on the scale this morning and I saw my total pounds that I lost for the month, I was disappointed that it was only 7.2. And I say only because I feel like I could have lost more for the month. And a lot of people might be like, oh, that's a good amount, like stop complaining. But this is why I feel this way. So before I get into my measurements, I wanna share with you guys a post that I saw on my Facebook time hop. And I saw 3 years ago in 2019, when I started my last weight loss journey where I lost 60 pounds, I lost 17.1 pounds in the month of January alone. Back then, my highest weight was 271 pounds. So I had already lost 16.9 pounds prior. But for that month alone, I had lost 17.1 pounds, like that. And so looking in the comments when people were asking me, you know, what did I do to lose that much weight? I said I was eating a very high protein diet with lots of veggies and I was working out. I remember that time I was eating very, very high protein, very low in fat, very low in carbs, 2 hours of freaking at the gym, doing tons of cardio and just a little bit of weight training. And it got me to 60 pounds in that time frame. I started my weight loss journey at the very end of December, and I think in May or June I got to like 209. So I got my like about 50, 60 pound weight loss, but the tactics that I was doing back then was not sustainable. It worked, obviously. I lost 17.1 pounds in a month, but I mean, I came right back. I'm right back where I'm at. I'm heavier than I was. And so I'm just saying that to say, even though I had like it was a very brief moment of disappointment in what I achieved, I had to like shut that out, because I told myself this time around I wanted to do it in a healthier way, in a more sustainable way, that I can be able to continue on. And at the beginning of this weight loss journey, I mean, you guys saw in my week 1 through 3 weekly weigh-ins, I was pretty much eating a very high protein, low fat, moderate carb type diet, super in a calorie deficit. And I wasn't getting anywhere those first 3 weeks. It was actually working against me. So I tried the method that I was doing before. I tried that again this go around, and like I don't know what it is, but it just wasn't working for me this time. It wasn't, and I had to stop myself, or I felt like it was just for my mental health sake, it was going to drive me insane. I just wanted to share that little tidbit because it just so happened to pop up right in the moment of me feeling disappointed, and I was able to check those negative thoughts. Okay, so getting into my measurements. I'm gonna put on the screen right here what I started January off at as far as my measurements. And if you haven't watched my How Do You Measure Yourself video, I'll go ahead and link it in the cards above and in the description box below, as well as showing you guys my 4 ways of how I'm tracking my weight loss journey. I'll go ahead and link both of those videos in the cards above and then the description box below. So currently my neck is at a 15.0 inches. So that means I lost about a ½ inch. My left bicep is at 20.25 inches. So I lost 0.75 inches. My right bicep is 20.25 inches. So I lost a quarter. My chest is at a 45, so I lost 2 inches. My waist is at a 38.5, so I lost 2 inches. Around my belly button, which is the biggest part of my abdomen, is at 42.5 inches, so I lost 3 inches. My hips is at a 50 inch, so I lost 1 inch. My left thigh is at a 29.5, so I lost ½ an inch. My right thigh is at a 30 inch, so nothing lost. My left calf is at 18.25, so I lost a ¼ inch. And my right calf is at 18.25, so I lost 0.75 inches off. So as you see, I lost inches everywhere except for that one spot on my right thigh. I lost inches everywhere, and especially on the top half of me, I lost a good amount of inches, which is where in my midsection is where I carry the most weight. And this is where I'm going to go ahead and start plugging in my progress pictures. So as you guys can see, I keep a lot of my weight on my midsection and on my arms. So I'm really glad that I'm starting to get that weight off of there. This is normally how I trend as far as my weight is concerned. My abdomen will start to shrink, my arms will slowly shrink, and my legs will slowly shrink. But my hips would definitely shrink faster. I lose my butt a lot faster than my thighs and my calves. But this is why I take progress pictures, and this is why I take my measurements, because even though I lost 7.2 pounds, which is good, but I lost a lot of inches as well this month. And if you look at my progress pictures, you can see my waist is starting to come in. So I am really happy with my numbers that I did this month. So let's move on to nutrition, because That was the most struggle for this month of January. It took me up until week 4 to figure out what would be best this time around, what would be more sustainable, what I can pretty much dedicate and do every single day. And that is to do the keto diet with intermittent fasting. I talked about in week 3 how I have hypothyroidism and Hashimoto disease. It's an autoimmune disease, whatever, which I'm starting to show symptoms from. I wasn't before, but I am now. And with my research and speaking with my doctor, doing a more of a keto type diet is to help me with that. And I saw within a week that it is helping me with that. I'm excited to do the keto diet for the entire month of February and check in with you guys in March to let you know how it worked. Now that I'm not switching up my macros and switching up my diet and switching up how many calories I'm eating, I'm going to be sticking to one thing. I really feel good about my results for the month of February. As far as my supplements is concerned, I am doing a lot better with taking my vitamins. A lot of the vitamins I am taking is just to support my hypothyroidism. So I think I'm gonna do a separate video on the supplements that I am currently taking because I wanna be as natural as possible. This is a very natural weight loss journey as possible. So I'm not pumping my body with a whole bunch of supplements. But I'll do a separate video if you guys are interested to see what supplements I am currently taking. Let me know in the comments below. Let's jump right into hydration. So this was also like a little back and forth for me for the month of January as well. Like I started off the month with drinking a gallon for a week, and I did a video on that. I'll link it in the description if you guys are interested to watching that as well. And then started doing about a half a gallon, and then I found a good midpoint of 88 ounces. Pause that point for a second. One of the local vitamin shops in my area is called 5 Star Nutrition. They're doing like a 4-week body fat weight loss challenge. And it's a free challenge, and you can win if you're the top winner. It's a national challenge, and if you're the top winner, you can win $2,500. I went and I signed up for the challenge yesterday, actually. With that, they did a body scan and did the whole weight and the body fat and the skeletal muscle, lean muscle, and water or whatever. And so he told me that I'm super dehydrated and that I should be drinking about 170 ounces of water daily. He said that, and I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt. I think for the month of February, I'm gonna try to get that 170 ounces a day, just to see. I'm not really pressed on it. We'll just see. We'll just see. This is all still like a trial and error kind of thing. So we'll see what drinking that much water does for me. As far as my fitness is concerned, my nutrition, I realized had a lot to do with how my joints were feeling and my soreness and my recovery. And I mean, it all makes sense. It's all intertwined, but I really didn't get it until I started feeling better once I changed my diet. So now that I am feeling better, I think my plan, I did a beginner's fitness plan. I'll go ahead and link it so you guys can go ahead and watch that as well. I talked last week about challenging and pushing myself a little bit more as far as my weight training and cardio is concerned. So I think I want to target each muscle group 2 times a week. So doing 6 days still, Sunday being my rest day. But I think I want to incorporate more HIIT type of cardio at least 3 times a week and see what that does. I've been doing like LISS type, which is low intensity cardio, and I would do that for about an hour. I don't know. I feel like I want to do a little bit more HIIT training because I can do that in a smaller amount of time and still get the good benefits of it. So still playing with it, and probably mid-month I'll do an updated fitness workout plan that I'm doing. So stay tuned for that. But right now that is what I'm going to be testing out. Still getting my stretching in, doing a lot better with that, and still getting my foam rolling in, and I'm doing a lot better with that as well. And as far as my mental health is concerned, nutrition has always been my downfall. I've said this time and time again in several of my weight loss journey videos, but now that I'm doing something again that is working for me, it's taken so much stress and pressure off of me, and I'm feeling so much better about it. Still trying to get a hang of the whole intermittent fasting and what windows I should do. Saying all that to say, on the mental health point, I am feeling good, ready to conquer February. So my goals for February is I'm on this little weight loss challenge, so that will be a nice little kick in the butt for me. Be more consistent with my workouts, get my intermittent fasting together, strive for that 170 ounces of water, and yeah, that's it. I've said January was my foundation month, and that was my month for me to figure it out. And now that I have it figured out, it's time to build upon that foundation, because it's laid. Foundation is laid. Now it's time to like build the structure of the house. We're getting this house together, okay? We're building a brick house over here. So it's time to start building out that structure for the house for February, so that we can go ahead and lay out the drywall. Why did this turn into a whole HGTV moment? I don't know. All right, you guys, so that is it. That is the wrap up for January. Comment down below, how did you do for the month of January? How much weight did you lose? Are you even tracking your weight? Are you just tracking your measurements? How many inches did you lose? Are you taking your progress pictures? Let me know. How did you do for the month of January? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. And if you're not following me already, I'll put my Instagram and my TikTok right here on the screen for you guys. This is where you'll get what I'm doing, what I'm eating, my workouts, all of that day-to-day stuff. You'll find it over there on my social media accounts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.